Go for a minute.
That was amazing. I love you kind of already touched on my first question a little bit with the breathing. But when she focused on her breathing, and then you commented back on it, you said more space to fit things in. Is that like a little bit of Ericksonian suggestion you're slipping in there, or is that more just like a process instruction and bringing the attention back to what's happening?
Just nothing therapeutic. It's just a process instruction.
Okay.
And I know from
So
someone
you could have said
anything. I know from someone running a
Okay.
business, they need more of stuff, more time, more space,
Yeah.
more thoughts, more creativity.
But that's what I mean. Is that not just like a little subtle?
Yeah, but I'm not rehearsing it. I think that's what's important. It could
Yeah.
be, but where that stuff comes from, I'm taking a back seat. Whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. But
Okay.
what I'm not doing, which is important, is I'm not pre-planning this stuff. There's nothing. If someone's to look at the transcript of that, if a hypnotist on the outside looking in, they go, that's not hypnosis. Where's the language pattern? Where's the Ericksonian? Where's the meta model? It doesn't have to be there. I can use the same principle, but it's invisible.
Right. I totally understand what you're saying.
Okay.
So you're like, I understand this, and I'm just going to give you a teensy nudge in the right direction.
Yeah. Breathing, space.
Yeah. And then the other thing I had a question about is you kind of started the processing chat, and then she kind of went back into it. And then during that time, I can't remember what you said, but you kind of went on a little riff. It was almost like you were introducing wisdom. Can you talk about that?
I'd have to re-watch that because I got lost at that point too. But it's a good thing because then stuff comes out of my mouth. I know you're talking about that, but I'd have to re-watch.
Yeah.
The reason why I would have started the session again is because it wasn't done. There was something still lingering. There was a knot still there.
Right.
And that's why the testing, the processing, which we'll do tomorrow, if you go through that process and something catches you out, like, hang on, we've got this little bit, you may as well just do it then because that's another mini session. Because if you don't do it then, they'll have to come back a whole nother session. You have to get to that point, which might take you half an hour to get there again. Just do it then and there. So it's like,
right.
If you think about Jodie's session as well, that was like 8 or 9 little mini sessions in one. Why the hell would you have her come back 9 times? Just do it in one. She's there anyway. Just untie them all.
Yeah. I guess what I'm really curious about is like what later on, and I've seen you do this in some of the other examples, is near the end, you will kind of like introduce a little bit. And I know I'm just like trying to understand like where you draw the line between not leading anything and then giving those little bits of wisdom. Sort of, it almost feels like the ball's already rolling and you're just kind of pushing it along. Is that?
Yeah, I'm just keeping her attention on it, but I'm pulling in information that she's already told me.
Right.
It could be a hypnotic story that you tell. It could be a process instruction. It could have just been me being really, really quiet. Still would have had the same effect, but it's sometimes stuff comes out of your mouth and you think, fuck, that's good. Just keep going. Don't know where it comes from. It's the little Erickson inside of you. And that's what I mean about taking a back seat. When you don't care, this wonderful stuff comes out of your mouth. Your client hears it. You hear and go, holy shit, I'm good at this. But as soon as you're trying to do it consciously, it sounds horrible. It doesn't hit the mark. Make sense?
I love it. Amazing. Thank you.
Welcome.